In the heart of the deserts of Africa and Central Asia lives an animal that seems to have stopped time. It has enormous eyes, pointed ears, small paws. It looks like a kitten, and yet it is an adult perfectly adapted to one of the most extreme environments on the planet. It is called the sand cat, and its story is far more surprising than its tender appearance suggests. How is it possible that a desert predator can look, for its entire life, like a kitten? Scientifically known as Felis margarita, the sand cat lives almost exclusively in desert environments. It can withstand temperatures exceeding 50 degrees, a climate that would be unbearable for many animals, yet it endures. It measures about 50 centimeters in length, excluding the tail, and weighs between 1.5 and 3.5 kilos, small dimensions, yet perfectly suited for survival. Its sand-colored coat has light dark bands on its legs and tail. In winter it becomes thicker to protect it from nighttime temperature changes. Every detail of its body tells a story of adaptation, not chance. But what stands out most is its face. Large, round eyes, very developed ears, short legs. These are traits that in mammals we tend to associate with young animals. In the sand cat, however, they remain even in adulthood. It is not a romantic accident of nature, it is biology. Its large ears help dissipate heat and detect even the slightest movement beneath the sand. Its large eyes improve vision in low light conditions, especially during the night hours, when this feline is most active. What we perceive as tenderness is actually a sophisticated evolutionary strategy. And there is a detail that is barely visible, yet essential. Between its toes, the sand cat has long hairs that form a kind of natural cushion. This layer protects it from the scorching sand and makes its footprints almost impossible to distinguish. It is a silent predator, able to move without leaving obvious traces and to adapt without being noticed. In an environment where every mistake can be fatal, discretion is survival. Despite its irresistible appearance, the sand cat is not a domestic animal. In fact, keeping it well in captivity is extremely difficult. Its body is calibrated for a specific ecosystem: wide spaces, arid climate, natural rhythms. Taking it out of its environment means altering a delicate balance. And it is perhaps a small paradox. An animal that seems born to be stroked and yet belongs to one of the most inhospitable places on earth. Observing a sand cat, it is easy to give in to tenderness, but behind that almost childlike expression there is a creature perfectly adapted to extreme conditions. It survives the scorching heat of the day and the biting cold of the night. It hunts in silence. It blends into the landscape. It does not dominate the desert. It is part of it. And perhaps this is what makes it so fascinating: the ability to appear fragile, yet be extraordinarily resilient in reality. In nature, what appears sweet is often incredibly strong. The sand cat reminds us that adaptation can take unexpected forms, and that behind a tender gaze there can be a story of resilience.